Hello there, it's Don Crickito again, here to answer the question of, does anyone really get hit by magic that's good? Now, I hear an awful lot of times, and I've seen in quite a few videos, under comments, various snarky comments about how, oh yeah, that's impressive, kill some noobs with it. It would never hit anybody good. Anybody good would just punish you every time. Nobody good ever gets hit by magic. Well, personally, I don't think that's true. Mostly because I play against a lot of good people, and yeah, they can get hit by magic. It's amazing, but people are not actually video game playing robots yet. Now, the criticism could be leveled that a lot of these people are using magic builds themselves, but that's kind of overlooking the fact that pretty much all of these people are better than me at this game, and I generally get about a 1 in 5 victory rate against them. So literally the 50% win rate that I had using this character was unprecedented. I have never done this good, not with any quality build or anything, against these guys. Now, your standard mage is going to have inherent squishiness to have to cope with, which puts him at a disadvantage from the get-go against a melee build. This is not the case with this character. I can do just as much damage as them, and I can even trade damage and come out on top. Now, this is against another magic user, probably using a chaos-infused weapon, but I can even trade with melee builds and still do more damage than them. You'll notice that even when somebody's using a magic build, they'll oftentimes use a lot of melee simply because it comes off so rapidly. Personally, I only use it in cases where, as a surprise, I can get some free damage that gets them out of my face. At the same time, you can pretty much always find a more effective magic equivalent. And you've got, well heck, 7 Estus to use, so might as well use them. I always opt for the rapier in the offhand, since I can do a running R1 with flash sword, and it works as a parry tool. I mean, not that I actually parry, but just the danger of parrying will make people a little less likely to just rush you down and try predictable running R1s and whatnot, which, well, when you are trying to cast as a mage, can be pretty nasty. Now, at the start of the fight, I always start out with the Crystal Sage Staff in the offhand and buff it up. You want to do as much damage as possible. And then as time goes on, let's face it, these guys aren't going to let me put that buff up again, so I just swap to the Scholar's Candlestick. This is basically the closest thing I've ever done to a pure mage. Which, I don't even know if that's really a thing, because I still have a melee weapon, I just don't honestly use it for much of anything. It's mostly just window dressing. And because then I can poke. As you can see, Soul Spears actually can land, even on good players, but you can't spam them repeatedly. That doesn't work. In fact, the timing is actually what makes it possible. Basically, the way to pull it off is to train the person you're playing against to get accustomed to either Great Soul Arrow or Great Faron Dart, and then just out of nowhere, throw out a Soul Spear right when they don't expect it. Spamming it will never be effective, but entirely worth landing, as it will easily turn a battle around. Like in this case, where I get what is literally the only other time I've ever beaten Blackie. I think I beat him with Godhards using a bunch of rolling L1 spam back before they nerfed it. But other than that, I have literally never beat this dude. And yet I landed a Soul Spear on him. That was probably luck, but I'm counting it, damn it. So I guess the conclusion we can come to is that nobody ever gets hit by magic if they're good, except when they do. Except those times will somehow be dismissed by people who hate on magic anyways. Thanks for watching.